Telecommunications ministers from the Ectel member states this afternoon called a press conference following a meeting today to discuss the cable and wireless acquisition of Columbus Communications. Good evening, I am Natalie Jolie-Fanis and this is the CTV News on Calabash TV. We're also on the wave 93.7 and 94.5 FM. Earlier this afternoon, telecommunications ministers from the 5 Ectel member states met the press to present the outcome of their deliberations on the cable and wireless and Columbus Communications merger.
And so we are extremely concerned about the impact that this will have on competition in the region, on prices to the consumers, on whether or not small entities in the ICT and telecommunication sector will be able to evolve, where young entrepreneurs will be able to come forward and use some of the bundled services provided by these larger telecommunication units in order to meet a niche market. In the review of the merger, we look at the possibilities of a duopoly, which is when you only have 2 players, where previously you had 4, singular. You had Digicel, Lime, and Flow. Now we're down to 2, because Digicel bought out Singular, and now Cable and Wireless has proposed to buy out Lime. So all of these concerns have been raised and have been discussed today. The Council of Ministers saw the role of Ectel as being able to protect the consumers, as ensuring that world-class services are provided by these consumers. We do not want to have dropout in calls and so forth, so that you will make great profit at the expense of the consumers in particular. And we look at what can be done to ensure that this region is safeguarded.
St. Lucia's Telecommunications Minister, Dr. James Fletcher, also spoke about the implications of the merger for islands which had done quite a bit to liberalize the market.
This is a matter that is of serious concern for us as Ectel member states, and what we've agreed, as I've said to you on other occasions, is that on these matters we shouldn't be speaking as St. Lucia or St. Vincent or Grenada or Dominica, that we should be speaking as Ectel, because that's the purpose for the establishment of Ectel, to have a joint regional regulator for the telecommunications sector. So it's a matter that is under active consideration. We're also communicating very closely with some of our sister regulatory agencies in the region. That's why we've agreed to join with the Telecommunications Authority of Trinidad and Tobago in the conduct of an analysis to see how this impacts on our region and how we can ensure that the rights of our consumers are safeguarded, that prices do not go up, that the access to the services that are affected primarily by this merger, which is fixed broadband, subscriber cable television, and fixed telephony, that those prices don't go up, that the choices that are available to consumers are not eroded, and that there is a continuation of fair play in the telecommunications sector. So those are our primary concerns as member states, and for us also as a government of St. Lucia that has embarked on a very vigorous and aggressive program of pushing the envelope where ICT and e-government is concerned. The backbone of that has to be the provision of data services and the affordability of data services, the bandwidth and the pricing that is required both for government and for the consumer. So we're keeping a very close eye on this to make sure that those choices and those options are not eroded.